It was my wedding night, and I sat in the luxury suite of the Ritz-Carlton, New York, wrapped in silk and sweet dreams, waiting for Julian. Midnight came, and instead of his footsteps, I heard laughter, his laughter, mixed with secret whispers from the next room. Laura's room. My so-called best friend. My chest tightened, my world flipped upside down. But then, through the shock, came a wicked little spark inside me. I thought, this isn't the end. Oh no, this is the beginning of something entirely new. My name's Emily, 29, a New Yorker who always believed in romance. I never imagined I'd become the star of my own messy, delicious drama. The wedding had been flawless, like a Hollywood dream. Julian, with those green eyes and mischievous grin, was every girl's fantasy. We met 3 years ago in a Manhattan cafe, when he spilled latte foam and told me, "Emily, you're like a jazz song in my heart." I melted instantly. We worked together at an ad agency, and our love was full of fireworks, weekends in the Hamptons, Michelin star dinners, even dancing in the rain at Central Park. I thought it was the kind of forever love they make movies about. Then there was Laura, my fiery red-haired best friend, my maid of honor, my sister in crime. She planned everything, from orchids flown in from Paris to a DJ who knew all our favorite songs. On the morning of my wedding, Laura barged into the salon where I was getting my hair done and said, "Emily, you're the queen of Manhattan today. Julian should be kissing your feet." We laughed that devilish laugh only best friends understand. My parents were glowing, Mom crying happy tears, Dad joking with my uncles while puffing his cigar. The ceremony was pure magic, a garden mansion in Long Island, lanterns twinkling, a live jazz band. When Julian slid the ring onto my finger, I felt like the universe bowed to me. Our first dance under the stars was full of stolen kisses and whispered promises. Everything was perfect, until night fell. After the guests left, we entered our suite. Red roses, glowing candles, a chilled bottle of Dom Perignon, it was heaven. Julian smirked and said, "I'll be right back, babe. Got a surprise for you." He winked, left, and I slipped into a black silk set I'd bought for our Paris honeymoon. I waited, 15 minutes, 30, an hour. His phone was off. My gut twisted. Past midnight, I heard laughter through the wall, Laura's room. At first, I thought she was watching TV. Then I heard it, Julian's laugh, the one he gave only when he was being naughty. My heart pounded like it wanted to burst. Quiet as a cat, I tiptoed into the hallway. Laura's door was half open. I peeked inside, and my stomach dropped. Clothes scattered on the floor. Julian and Laura, tangled in sheets, whispering the kind of sweet words I thought belonged only to me. I heard Julian murmur, "Laura, we're finally together. Emily will never know." And Laura giggled, "Baby, we belong to each other from day one." My chest burned. Betrayal. On my wedding night. By my best friend. Shock turned to fire. Then came the grin, a dangerous, wicked grin. Time to flip the script, I thought. I kicked the door wide open. They jumped like guilty cats. Julian's face turned pale. "Emily, this isn't what it looks like." Laura clutched the sheets and stammered, "Wait, let me explain." I cut her off with a cold, sharp smile. "Explain? You think I'm an idiot? This marriage is done." I yanked off my ring and hurled it, hit Julian right on the forehead. Oh, the satisfaction. He tried to approach me, but I glared. One more step and this stiletto goes somewhere painful. I grabbed my bag, called an Uber, and stormed out. Silk nightgown, hotel robe, mascara smudged. I felt like a warrior of revenge marching down that hallway. I crashed at my sister's in Brooklyn. I cried all night, but by morning, I made a vow, this wasn't my ending. It was my rebirth. People kept calling, "Emily, what happened?" I told them straight, Julian and Laura betrayed me. My mom gasped, "That boy never deserved you." Dad swore he'd have a man-to-man talk with Julian. But I shook my head. No. This is mine to handle. I annulled the marriage with the help of Susan, my fierce lawyer. Emily, you're a lioness, she said. And she was right. I poured myself into work, landing a huge campaign for a sustainable fashion brand. My face was on Times Square billboards. And somewhere out there, I knew Julian was choking on regret. But my rise wasn't about him, it was about me. I rebuilt myself piece by piece. Yoga in Chelsea, sunrise runs by the Hudson, even boxing classes to punch the rage out. One night in a cafe in the village, I met a writer. We talked till dawn, and I felt alive again. I devoured books like You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, learning how to heal without revenge. I traveled solo, Cape Cod, painting on the beach, flirting with waiters who said I looked like a French film star. I laughed, or maybe just an American comedy. Life became full of little mischievous moments. Career wins piled up. I got promoted, started my own digital marketing startup, and moved into a chic Soho loft with huge windows and a tiny terrace perfect for wine under city lights. I found new friends, like Chloe, a fashion designer who dragged me to jazz clubs and Brooklyn galleries. I even went skydiving. Meanwhile, rumors trickled in. Julian lost his finance job. Laura, depressed, filled Instagram with sad quotes. She even called me once, sobbing, Emily, I ruined everything. Can we talk? I smirked. Laura, it's all in the past. I wish you luck. And hung up. My life was revenge enough. Then came Daniel. 9 months later at a Miami marketing conference, I met him, a photographer with wavy brown hair and a killer sense of humor. When he cracked a cheeky joke during his talk, I laughed louder than anyone. Afterward he told me, that laugh of yours has a secret story. We spent hours talking, from coffee in the lobby to walks on the beach. He was different, kind, adventurous, real. Over Cuban food, I told him everything. He held my hand and said, Emily, you're a diamond. They never deserved you. For the first time in forever, I felt my heart opening again. Our romance unfolded like a sweet dance. Night walks on the High Line, picnics in Washington Square Park, movie marathons until sunrise. One night in a Harlem jazz club, mid-spin, he whispered, Emily, I'm crazy about you. With a mischievous wink, I teased, then prove it, photographer. A year later, we shared an apartment in the village and planned a world trip. Bali first, then Italy. Daniel reminded me daily, real love feels like peace, not drama. Meanwhile, Julian and Laura had crashed and burned. He fled to London, she chased failed influencer dreams. But me? My life glowed with color, laughter, freedom. That wedding night? The greatest gift, my liberation. Every ending is a new beginning, darling. And I'm the author of my story.